Getting to that $100,000 in your bank account, or even as your total net worth, might seem like something that is way far out of reach or even impossible to achieve. And don't get me wrong, it is something that will take a lot of time to get there, but it's definitely something that you can eventually achieve with enough time and sacrifice. Unless you get hired onto a $250K a year job right out of college, you're most likely not going to be able to get to that 100,000 saved within a year. But depending on how much you're making, it's something that is doable within about 10 years or so, give or take a few years. So I wanted to go over a few ways that will help you eventually get to that number. The first thing you want to do, especially if you're not married yet and you're kind of just dating around, is to make sure that you marry someone that is super rich. That way, once you get married, all of their money simply becomes yours, and then boom, 100K.
Okay.
Totally kidding. But what you actually want to do is start with finding a high yield savings account that aligns best with your savings goals. What's nice about high yield savings accounts right now, since interest rates are pretty high, is that some of them are paying up to 4% APY. And I recently made a video about which savings accounts I think are some of the best right now. So if you'd like, you can go check that out as well. Putting your cash into a high yield savings account is what will make your savings growth become exponential, especially as you're consistently adding money into your account every month or a few times a month. In fact, adding $500 a month every single month for 15 years into a high yield savings account with an average of about a 2.5% APY, after those 15 years, you'll end up with a total of about $116,000. Another thing you'll want to really focus on as well is maximizing your earning potential. And what this means is working extremely hard at your job or your business to increase what you're earning each month or each year, which I know sounds really obvious and simple. It's a lot easier said than done to just make more money. But sometimes people are often surprised with their abilities to negotiate that raise or level up in their careers. There's also other things you can do after work or in addition to your job that will allow you to stack more income on top of your main source of income, which in turn will allow you to save even more. So let's go over a few different ways to both make and save extra money on top of your normal 9-to-5 job or regular active income if you aren't working a 9-to-5 job. And this will help supercharge your savings and investing rate. So donating plasma is a way to earn an extra few $100s a month. But I need to point out that I'm personally not able to donate plasma because the last time I did, this was about 3 or 4 years ago, I actually passed out on the donating chair. And the last thing I remember is waking up in a completely different room with an open Gatorade in my hand. But if you haven't donated plasma before, I don't want that to scare you. I just pass out really easily, and that was just kind of my experience. So again, if you haven't donated plasma, definitely go try it because you can earn an average of $60 per session. And you can usually do it at a maximum of 6 times per month. And you earn a lot more if it's your first time donating too, usually up to $900 your first month donating. So definitely worth it if you are someone who's able to donate. Another super easy side hustle that doesn't require too much skill or really that much energy is being a delivery driver for delivery apps like DoorDash or Grubhub. I mostly use DoorDash for the deliveries that I do, and between working a full-time job and making YouTube videos, I really only have time to do DoorDash a couple times a week, but on average, I've been able to earn an extra $100 to $200 a month after the cost of gas. So if you don't have too much going on outside of your normal job, you can definitely make a lot more than that. What will also help you get to that 100,000 is investing in cash flowing assets. And I know when you first hear that, you might be thinking of owning rental properties and investing in real estate, but there's much simpler assets that I like to invest in that don't require near as much capital or stress or work as it does with real estate investing or flipping houses and things like that. So these assets are dividend paying ETFs and low volatility dividend stocks. And some of these dividend ETFs pay out their dividends every month rather than every quarter, meaning once you buy just one share of these funds, you'll immediately start making passive income every single month, even if it's just a few cents starting out. What I really like about investing in dividend ETFs, or really just dividend investing in general, is once you do eventually get to that 100,000, you'll continually be earning that cash from dividend payments. And at that point, you'll have the freedom to either pocket that cash and use it for whatever you want, or you can reinvest that cash back into the same funds and continue that snowball effect. But keep in mind that investing in the stock market does provide higher returns, but comes with risk compared to just adding money into a high yield savings account. So these are a few ways that will help you eventually get to that $100,000 saved. And like I mentioned before, this will most likely take more than just a year to get there. But if you're diligent and consistent about saving and investing every month, you'll be surprised at how quickly you can get there. And you never know, you might be able to get there in 5 years or less. I'm personally not quite there yet either, but I should be within the next 10 months or so. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.